Hey guys, I'm Naley Gonzalez and welcome back to my channel, where I share tips and advice on writing, my own writing process and journey, and my occasional opinion on stuff going on in the writing world. Meaning you should subscribe so you don't miss out. Today we're going over novel pacing, what it is, and 4 tips to help you master it in your story. Pacing refers to how fast or slow events unfold, and how much time passes in a scene or story. It's a tool that controls the speed or rhythm at which the story is told and the readers are guided through the event. Now here's how to make sure you're doing it right. First, dissect your story structure. Analyze your outline or your finished draft by breaking down your story and examining each scene. This is a great way to understand if your pacing flows naturally, is too fast, or drags ass. Dissect your stories down to scenes and chapters that include all the main events of your narrative. Make sure to map them out in the order that they happen. This will allow you to see where you need to pump up the pace and tension, where to slow things down, and see how the narrative flows throughout the entire story. It also gives you a chance to see if the pace is inconsistent. And allow you to identify where and how to smooth it out. Second, use length to control pacing. When it comes to each scene in your story, sentence, paragraph, and chapter length influence pacing. For example, in fight scenes or action scenes, you want to keep things fast-paced and exciting. To do this, use short, choppy sentences and just as short paragraphs to keep the reader's eyes flying over the words. You can end the chapter on a cliffhanger and leave them eager to learn what happens next and encourage them to keep reading. Now, for slower paced sections, you can write longer sentences and paragraphs and go deeper into character development. Something else you can use to slow the pace of your novel is prose. This method encourages the reader to slow down and take in every word, which can be a relief after a fast-paced scene. Third, use character introspection. Having an exciting plot is great, but it's all for nothing if your reader doesn't understand or give a damn about your characters. Through introspection, you can reveal their motivations, include understanding, a sense of empathy, and create believable characters. Internal monologue and streams of consciousness appropriately placed can work well to slow things down when transitioning from a fast-paced scene like a fight scene, an escape scene, or any adrenaline-inducing scene. There's no need to write a paragraph of what a character's thinking while they're taking on a bad guy or fighting for their life. When done right, diving into a character's mind can not only control the pacing of the story, but also add to their development and make them truly fleshed out for your reader. Fourth, consider what's actually needed. Even when editing your story, one of your many goals is to cut out all the extra stuff. You want your story to be as true as possible to that Picasso of an idea you had. To make this happen, you have to question, is everything I've written absolutely necessary? Does this or that scene contribute to the plot, character development, and/or reader experience? If you find passages where the answer to this question is no, you'll also notice that those are the scenes that tend to be suffering with pacing. This is when that saying "kill your darlings" comes into play. It might be a piece of prose or character interaction that you love. I mean, it's why it's in there, but it doesn't truly serve the story. And worse, it's slowing down your story's pacing. In my case, I realized there were too many scenes like this, and I decided to rewrite the whole thing. Once it was rewritten, I had to edit. From that original draft to this one, I cut out 14,000 words. That's roughly 9 to 10 scenes completely scrapped to make my story flow ideally. Now, with that part shared, I actually have a bonus tip. Surprise! Unfortunately, self-editing can be subjective, meaning there's likely more to cut from my novel and yours. But don't be afraid to ask for help. Our bonus tip is to ask others for feedback. Ask your critique partners or beta readers. Ask your grandma. If there's anything your betas or critique partner will notice, it's the pacing of your novel. Your grandma might just be too nice to tell you. This can be greatly improved by the feedback you gain from them. Before sending out your draft, ask them to keep track of their thoughts on the pacing of your novel. Specifically, if there are any areas where they felt it lagged, was rushed, and etc. And those are my 4-ish tips to pacing your novel. Remember to break down your story by scenes or chapters in the correct order and analyze the flow of your story. Use the lengths of your sentences and paragraphs to control your pacing. For fast-paced scenes, use short and quick sentences and shorter paragraphs. For slow-paced scenes, use longer sentences and paragraphs, but not too long or you'll lose your reader. You can use heightened details and introspection of characters to not only slow down or transition from fast-paced scenes, but to expand on character development. Be sure to know when a scene needs to be axed. And if you can't, ask a beta reader or critique partner to lend an objective eye. Leave a comment on how you tackle pacing in your writing. Give this video a thumbs up so I know to make more like it. Subscribe to my channel for more tips and advice on writing. Head to my website for updates on my writing progress and novels. Click that bell icon to turn on your notifications. And follow me on social media. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time.